What is good, everybody? Just doing a live stream. Going to be talking start-sit decisions. Going to get an NFL parlay talk going soon here in a second. First, I'm going to answer any of the questions we have on the YouTube from the comments first. Make sure those people get their answers before Sunday kicks off. Okay, first question we got here. Cook or Higbee? I'm assuming he means Jared Cook. Let me look into something here. Jared Cook is getting a good amount of targets. I'm going to look at his snap count real quick. That's the one thing. The encouraging thing I think about Tyler Higbee and why I still think he's worth rostering is he's at 100% snap count so far this year, which honestly at the tight end position with a quarterback as talented as Matthew Stafford, especially in a game like today where I expect them to be more airing it out, could, the targets could finally come today. Jared Cook's only playing 59% of snaps, which is a bit concerning, although he is getting the targets. Man, that is a tough one. I think I'd probably play Jared Cook, but this week because I have that high over-under with the Kansas City Chiefs. But, man, that is a tough one. I just think this could be the week. You know what? You got to play Cook. Jared Cook. I love Higbee's snap counts, but you have to see it first at this point. If you guys have any start-sits, fire them away in the chat. I'll respond as always. Anything you guys got? Just respond to Simon real quick. But, yeah, if you guys have any start-sit decisions, let me know. I'm going to be hopping in, talking the parlays here in a second. Okay, I'm going to hop onto the parlays now, start pulling those up. Got to start sniffing out some value. Here, we just got the official active list. I'll go over this. Hopkins is in, Lamar's in, Hollywood's Brown is in, Carson Wentz is playing. That's big for Pittman. I think you can flex him or play him as a desperate wide receiver too. Gaskin or Marvin Jones, the flex. Marvin Jones. That's close, but I'd still go Marvin Jones. Let me pull up my rankings too, so I have those up. I must say I've got Marvin Jones right pretty. I have Marvin Jones at 23 this week. The Cardinals have a 30-point implied over-under from Vegas, and I think that because if they're supposed to expect to score so many points, I think the game script is going to be very good for Jacksonville a majority of the time to be throwing the ball. I do think Gaskin can get a lot of volume, but I think I played Marvin Jones over him. I have them ranked right around the same, but once you get to the back end of the running backs, you start to play more of the wide receivers over them, assuming you get some kind of half-point PPR as well or PPR. Okay, here. Let me pull up Devonta. That's what I was doing. Start pulling up this parlay. Let's see the football. Parlay was close to hitting last week. I think we missed on one of them. It's gonna hit this week though. I think. Again, I'm not a betting expert. We're just doing this for fun. It gives me something to talk about while we are waiting for people to jump in here, fire away with any questions they have. While we're here, if you guys, I think I would be keeping an eye on guys like A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, any of these guys, Calvin Ridley. If they have another not-so-great game or just an in-between game, 5 for 80 yards even, I think some of these owners would be disappointed by that with how long they've waited for that big-time production. Those would be guys I would be going out and trying to acquire. Saquon, I think he's going to have a really big day today. I might take a look at some of his over-unders, honestly, some player props on him. Here, I'll look at the player props for Saquon right now. I might have to bet some of those. I think this is the game he's finally going to be back. He had the long rest because they played on Thursday Night Football. He was more and more involved that last week. Here we go. These are receiving yards. Total receiving yards for Cordell Patterson's 19.5. I'd probably hit that over. What's up, Seg? What's up, Simon? Good to see you, boys. Good to see everybody up in here. Up in here. Yeah, just taking a look at some over-unders. Talking about Saquon. I think he's going to have a big game today. And then I'm going to start looking at these NFL money line parlay. Okay, here's rushing props. I would take over 66.5 for Saquon Barkley today. I think it's going to happen. I think that's a good bet. Okay, let's check out. What Samuel did you trade, Simon? Is that Curtis Samuel? I saw that trade that you put in there the other day. I thought that was a really nice one. I appreciate all the thumbs up, guys. It really helps us out. Appreciate you guys commenting and stuff, too. Curtis? Yeah, that is a good move. I think Gordon is, going to be flex-worthy, and Waddle has been very involved. It's obviously concerning that Tua just broke his rib or whatever, fractured it. But I think once Tua's back, Jalen Waddle to be his guy. Okay. Let's see some of these spreads. Okay, I'll just read them over. So Cardinals are -8. Cardinals are -8. Jags. Ooh, Rams or Bucks. Let me take a look at that one. Okay, Cardinals are -8. Giants are -3. Ravens are -7.5. Bears are Cleveland's -7.5 against the Bears. -3 for the Steelers against Cincinnati. Pretty sure that's in Pittsburgh too. It just shows how concerned they are with the Big Ben injury, and that's +105. Colts are -5. I think Chiefs are -7. I might take the Chargers and the points in that game. Saints our Patriots are -3 against the Saints. Bills are -7 against the football team. Vegas is -3.5 against Miami. I don't think that's a bad bet. Seattle, Minnesota is very close. That's a 2-point game. 2 points minus Seattle. Tampa Bay is -1. I think I would probably take Tampa in that one if I was a betting man. I would try to sell high on Debo, yes. I still think, Debo's a good player. That's the thing with selling high is I think – so let's say every player is worth $1. If I'm trying to sell high, I'm trying to get $1.20. If I'm selling low, I'm trying to get 80 cents. I think that's the way to put it in perspective. And he's worth that $1, though. So it's like he's still worth a good amount, but I would be trying to capitalize on that. Honestly, I would go try to get look into A.J. Brown if you could, or DK Metcalf. I tried to land either of those guys. I'd fire up Cook today. I think I'm encouraged by Higbee's snap counts, but I think that, Herbert, they're going to score. He's got as good a chance of getting a touchdown as any week he's had. And the target numbers have been pretty good for Jared Cook so far. I need to see the week of good production from Tyler Higbee before I play him. It is close, though. Yeah, I think this is a game. So I don't expect the Rams to run the ball very much in this game. I think they're going to air it out against that front seven for Tampa. We've seen them do that in the past with Sean McVay. I expect them to do that again today. And with the Tyler Higbee snap counts, I think it's going to happen eventually. I mean, not many tight ends play 100% of snaps. Yeah, I would try to acquire A.J. Brown or DK, though, for Debo. I try to swing them. I think you might be able to, there's at least where you could get them straight up. I think Sony Michel is startable for sure. I'd probably be trying to get away from that matchup a little bit, though. I mean, he's got a chance of punching in a touchdown, which he could be fine. But I do think that they're going to they're going to throw the ball a good amount today. Yeah, I don't think Henderson's going to play today either. Okay, so for the parlay, I'm thinking I'm going to take Chargers +7. That's the first one. I like that one probably the most. I think I'm going to take Buffalo Bills -6.5. Buy that one down a little bit. That Seattle-Minnesota game is real tough. Upset of the day? I'll fire something up. Let me look at those money lines. Okay, upset of the day might be a surprise. I'll take the Bears against the Browns. That's a 7.5-point line. I think the Bears have a real good chance to win that game. I just think that they're down several receivers today. Jarvis is out. Dude, that is sick. You got Madison. I saw you. Oh, that is sweet. That is a nice ad. Yeah, I'd plug him right in there. Washington beating the Bills? I could see that. Some guy jamming. Yeah, I think Odell could have a good game. He's going to be heavily targeted. Their run game is obviously very good, and the Rams ran pretty well on the Bears. I'd be concerned about that if I was them. But you got to hope Justin Fields, comes out and can ball a little bit. The Colts are +5. Okay, so the parlay I like the most so far is Bills -6.5. Bills -6.5, Chargers +7, and Colts +5.5. Or wait, no. +5. That's +542. Eagles could beat the Cowboys for sure on that Monday night game. I think that's going to be a close one for sure, just with how bad Dallas' defense is. I would agree. Odell does have a high ceiling, low floor, but yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the hardest thing with start-sit decisions. Start-sit decisions is you're always looking at this player or that player, but really the team you're playing against and your roster construction has a lot to do with it as well. Like if you're playing a team that's considerably better than you, I think Odell's a great player to play. Or let's say you're trying to get some upside in that flex spot. You have a bunch of solid players in your starting lineup. That's perfect idea to do. That's one of the reasons I think so many people like starting running backs in their flex position, because they they think in theory that gives them both the high upside and the low floor, and it definitely gives you the high upside, high floor, which I think it definitely helps. But I think especially in half-point PPR leagues, I want to be playing a receiver in my league unless I have just stud running backs. Cowboys defense did do pretty well against the Chargers. That is very true. I just think Yeah, I think if I was going to try to pick an upset, I think either the Colts or the Bears probably win. It'll be interesting to see how Miami does today with Jacoby Brissette. They looked so bad last week, but Jacoby Brissette shouldn't be that big of a drop-off from Tua, in my opinion. But obviously last week he looked awful, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. If he can get, the practice as a starter helped him out a little bit or not. Man, honestly, I'm a Packers fan, but I think I might take the 49ers -3 if I was one of you guys. I won't bet it because it'll hurt my soul too much, but we're really banged up on the offensive line right now, and Nick Bosa usually, does pretty well against a banged up offensive line. If you traded Kelsey, I would expect a ton. I honestly don't know if I'd trade Kelsey for almost anything right now. He scored 9 straight 20-point games in the tight end position. That's basically as valuable as an asset as you can get. If there's a running back, Christian McCaffrey came in last week with the same amount of 20-point games. So it's like basically you're getting almost Christian McCaffrey level production. It's not the same, but he's the Christian McCaffrey of the tight end position for sure. Here, let me pull my running back rankings. I'd play Mixon. I think Mixon's a strong play. Yeah, I'm playing Tyson Williams today in a few leagues. I think he's a real solid play. I'm firing him up, but not over guys like Mixon. Oh, wait, let me take a look at what's his face? Madison. You also said him. Honestly, I think I'd probably play Madison even in that. Oh, I'd play Madison over Mixon. Let me take a look. That is a tough one. Yeah, I would. Play Madison. Madison. Mixon has that tough matchup against Pittsburgh. For wide receivers, I want to tell you here. Let me take a look. I think I'm still probably going to play Robert Woods. I think I'd roll Woods out there. I think this, it's just it's such a high over-under game today, and Woods has been getting pretty good targets. I think this is the one where he has, can score finally, or, has a good chance of scoring, and he gets that volume. Wide receivers are always inconsistent, and you might want to, I had the same thing with Wood. At the end of the year, Woods is going to finish pretty well, I think, still. So I go with Woods. You got some great options at running back, though. If you're benching somebody like Mixon and Tyson Williams this week against Detroit, I'd feel real good at where you're at. And everyone with Alexander Madison's feeling pretty good this morning. Why do you feel worried about Thielen and Debo? Honestly, they're both pretty solid options this year. Both been pretty good the entire season so far. Yeah. If you guys do have Debo, though, or Adam Thielen, and they have a good week this week, which I think they'll both probably be pretty solid. I think they'll be good moving forward as well. So if you can't trade them or nobody in your league wants them, don't worry about it. Just hang on to them. But I would be trying to sell high. Ooh, that is a tough one, Max. Let me take a look for you. I think, gosh, I didn't think I'd be saying this. I think I'd fire up Miles Sanders. He is kind of like the Amari Cooper of Minnesota. I'd say I'd say that's pretty apt. There's just less passing volume in general there. so they don't get quite the same target volume or anything. But Jefferson, yeah, I think Jefferson's gonna be a dog this year. I think CD and Amari are both gonna be very good for fantasy. Amari's playing with that broken rib though this week. It'll be interesting to see how that goes for him. Yeah, I'd fire up Sanders though, Max. Appreciate the question. Appreciate all the likes, guys, all the chat. It's been pretty fun hanging out with you guys. Oh, yeah, you got Deke and JT. I'd fire him up. All right. What time do the Bills play today? Those are 12 o'clock game. My running back currently has Stephon Diggs sitting on his bench, so fingers crossed, hopefully. Yeah, Zeke and Jonathan Taylor is a nice RB core. I'll talk about the parlay I'm looking at for today if anyone hasn't heard. We got Bills minus 6.5. I'm thinking that they're going to get on track this week. They're at home. Number 2, I've got Chargers plus 7 points. The Chiefs just haven't been really covering against anybody. And I've got the Colts plus 5 against the Tennessee Titans. I think that Colts defense is pretty solid. So, yeah, that's my parlay for the day. And it's plus 542, so $10 will win you 54 if it hits. Just an FYI if anyone's looking at the tail. Let's see, what else? I also like Saquon Barkley over 66.5 yards. Yeah, I'd play A-Rob. I think Marvin Jones is a strong matchup this week, but I'd still go with him. I think the targets are just – you got to hope that they come eventually, you know. I'm starting A-Rob in a league right now. So this is crazy. So one of my leagues, the receiver production I've gotten, I've started Allen Robinson, Brandon Ayuk week 1. 12 points, 6.5. The next week I started Allen Robinson and Devonta Smith. They get me 11 points. So I've gotten 17 points in 2 weeks from my wide receiver position in half-point PPR. I'm 1-1, thank goodness, but my gosh, it's been rough in my wide receivers. I'm playing Devonta this week against Dallas. I think he'll be able to get it going, but it's been. I need something from A-Rob and Devonta this week, or they're both gone. These guys shake it up eventually if they can't score anything. Yeah, that was rough week 1. Evans didn't do anything. And, yeah, Zeke was getting game scripted out of that game because they were just throwing the ball over the field. That was a tough one. Yeah, I also like the over Saquon Barkley, 66.5 rushing yards today. He also has a 23.5 receiving over. I would take that instead of 3.5 reception over. I think there's more value on that, in my opinion. I think if he has 2 or 3 catches, or if he has 3 receptions, I can go ahead of. I think he will. Yeah. Did you play Evans last week, though, Simon? He had a real nice game last week. I'd be firing him up again today with AB out, and that's a real big matchup. They're going to be throwing. I think both those teams are going to need to be scoring. They both have really good defenses as well, but yeah, they were all showing up. That is very true. Yeah, definitely. Definitely today. Firing him up. Squad? Dang, that is – at least you got OBJ, though. If you got 2 real solid ones and then you have some kind of RB depth – oh, you're a 14-man league as well, so everyone's in the same boat as you are. Yeah, I've got Daryl Henderson on my team. Thankfully, I was able to bench him this week because I'm playing – oh, who am I playing? Yeah, Daryl Henderson's not going to play, so obviously I'm benching him. But I'm playing Tyson Williams instead of him against Detroit. I think that's going to be a real good matchup for Tyson. I think he'll be able to get it going today. Another guy I might try to buy low on, honestly, right now is Clyde, just because I think he's a guy you might be able to buy 65 cents on the dollar. I've got him in several leagues. I'm hanging on to him. I think this Chargers matchup, hopefully he can get going. But, I mean, even if he gets that goal line carry, he's fumbled one time in his NFL career, so I'm not too worried about that. He hasn't been utilized very much in the passing game. I really do think that'll change. They didn't draft him in the first round and not throw the ball to him. That's his specialty, is pass catching. And then the one goal line carry last week went to Daryl Williams, and he punched it in for the touchdown. If he does that, he's at least got 2 solid weeks, Nothing great, but didn't completely crap the bed for your team. Trying to get Hubbard, yeah. I think, sneaky guy to add in 14-team leagues, I think. This is the perfect league size for him. I might be adding Royce Freeman as well. If Hubbard struggles, I think there's a real chance they go to Royce. I think it will be Hubbard's opportunity first, but I think there's a real chance. I like Chase Edmonds. He'd be a guy because that offense has been so high-powered. I expect them to continue to be. James Conner's been extremely inefficient. He might play himself right out of that goal line role, and then all of a sudden you stick Edmonds in that goal line role. He's already getting, if we look at what he did last year. Here, let me put all the scoring leaders. I think he was a back-end RB2 last year or like RB18 or something like that. And he's going to get – that was with like barely any carries. He's going to get more carries this year. And it's just like if he just gets a decent amount of carries with the receiving work he gets, he'll be good. Where is he? Let me take a look at it. He finishes RB28 last year, averaging 8.8 points per game, but that was with like no attempts. Let's look at his stats. Okay, so last year, the entire season, he had 97 carries in 16 games. On a per-game basis, that's 6. Right now, he's averaging 10. And last year was the RB28. I think he's going to be a solid RB2 for sure. No, I would not drop Tunyon. If I was going to drop a tight end, I'd probably drop Higbee. I think I'd probably be Tunyon over Higbee at this point in the season. Yeah, Mercedes Lewis is going to play a lot of snaps, but that's because he's a blocking tight end. I wouldn't worry too much about him. If I was going to drop somebody to snag, I think you could snag Rondell Moore today. I think that's a worthwhile one. I'd drop Higbee and probably snag Moore. I do think Higbee, this could be his breakout week. He's been playing 100% snaps. I do like that. But if you guys see it before you believe it, before you can stick him in your lineup. Tunyon's a guy who, with the Rodgers, has a touchdown upside to be played every week. Yeah, Connor and Lindsey. Connor has looked bad this year. I feel like Lindsey had that one touchdown, but yeah, he has been rough. I have James Conner in a few leagues. I'm hanging on to him just because if he does go down, he'd be the guy. But if he doesn't do well this week, I'm definitely cutting him. I need to see something. Yeah, I've got Jacoby Myers, James Conner, Brandon Ayuk all on my bench. If I don't see those are the 3 guys I don't see anything from this week, I am just cutting them. There's nothing more you can really do. Just got to let them go eventually. Appreciate it. We got 6 thumbs up. A bunch of people chatting. Appreciate all the support, guys. It has been fun. Let me see if we have any more YouTube comments or anything like that. Yeah, Ayuk has been extremely frustrating. I think he'll get it going, though. Yeah, I agree. 1 catch in 2 games, absolutely ridiculous. The only reason I'm still hanging on to him is because he was a first-round pick. But he wasn't drafted in the first round last year. Because if he was a third-round pick, it's just like, yeah, they might really not like him. But I just don't think they have a future moving forward that doesn't have Brandon Ayuk in it, if that makes sense. But I feel like they have to score today against the Packers, or hopefully they will with the Packers, because hopefully the Packers' offense will be able to do something against that 49ers defense. As long as they can hold up that front a little bit, their corners are pretty banged up. Sermon's a great stash. I think you can start Sermon today. He'll be the lead back. Yeah, if he doesn't get anything this week, that's what I'm saying. You got to let him go. Yeah, Mike Edwards has more catches, 2 more touchdowns as well. I love that stat. It showed Matt Ryan. It showed all his touchdowns he's thrown to like 8 players on his own team this year, and he's thrown 1 is the most. And then Mike Edwards has 2. Rough stat for him. Rough. Yeah, I had Aaron Jones last week. That was absolutely awesome at 38.5. Much needed, too. I was down like 33 going in. Had him and T.J. Hawkinson. They got it done for me. Sweet dub. Yeah, I'm excited for week 3, though. This is where you can really start drawing some conclusions about where guys are doing so far. 1 week sample size is just like, 2 weeks even. But 3 weeks you can really start to see trends develop, start to make informed decisions on your roster. Like I said, if A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, any of those guys have slow starts today, I'd be trying to go get those guys. I feel for you, Simon. Derrick Henry was tough to play against. He had like freaking 40-something. I just saw a good thing for, I think it was, who was it that was? Yeah, Odell, I just saw is not going to be on a snap count. Yeah, I think there is value on it just because the Packers straight up, because the 49ers secondary is so banged up. I do worry about it, though, just a little bit with the Packers they're playing the 3rd-string left tackle today, so that's not great against Nick Bosa. But, yeah, they still have Aaron Rodgers. If he can get some time, I think they'll be fine. I think it'll be a great game, honestly. Yeah, we can go over the parlay one more time, talk about some other lines I like. So I've got Bills -6.5, Chargers +7, and then we have Colts +5. I like all those teams to cover. That's +542, so 10 to win 54, 100 to win 540. Yeah, I agree. I don't think the 49ers offense is that good, but they always match up really well against the Packers. They always torch us. They score and score and score. It's been rough. But, yeah, hopefully they can get it going today. Who should I start at QB? I think you can definitely start Trey Sermon in Southern California. I know what your other options are, but starting running back, I think you can. For the 49ers, you can roll him out there. Here was the one. Mayfield with a stack or Carr. That beacon up on me. What is the stack? Oh, is it Mayfield and Odell? It's the Bears. I think I'd probably roll Carr out there. I still you guys stay in those flames with him. He's been playing so well. They play good defenses as well. It wasn't like they were playing bums. I think I'd go with him. And he had a good end to last year as well. He's an underrated QB just in general. But, yeah, Southern California, I think you can definitely play Trey Sermon. Yeah, I'm excited for this 3rd Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Ooh, Saints D or Ravens D? Let me take a look. Yeah, did you guys see what happened to Leo Collins for the Cowboys? He tried to bribe the drug test person. What an idiot. What an idiot. That's a tough look. That's a tough one. Let me take a look at these defenses, and I'll let you know. Saints or Ravens? Saints are playing New England. I do like that against a rookie quarterback, although I think they're going to run the ball a lot. You know what? I play Ravens probably. It's a tough one though. Yeah, I agree. Ravens have the ceiling, Saints have a floor. Yeah, if you're playing a team, like if you're projected to win, I might play the Saints. I don't think they'll get torn up that bad. They've got a good run defense, and that's what I expect the Patriots to do is run the ball. So I'd probably play them for the ceiling and go with the Ravens for the floor. Because I think that Detroit will be able to score on Baltimore a few points at least. I see them between 17 and 24. There's a kickball league across the street from my house. Some guy just hit a dinger. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either of those defensive options. Yeah, either. They're both solid starts this week. I'll be right back in 1 second, guys. He's the worst by the people that I'm in the league with. I know who you're playing. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so he's got a solid team, though. Like I said, you got Allen at quarterback, and then you got Eckler's a legit top 6. Edmonds is a good RB2, and then Debo and Thielen are solid. Jarwin and Claypool, though, are questionable. I think I might go Saints D in that matchup. You got Kelsey, Melvin Gordon. Who else do you have? You told me your team. I know your team pretty well. Let me pull up the comment. I know you got a good squad. You got Gordon in your flex. I think that's an advantage. And you got Zeke. Yeah. Zeke, Evans, DK. I would play Saints if I was you, actually, then. I'd play Saints. Oh, I did not know Lattimore was going to be back. That is a big help as well. Yeah. Fire that Saints D. Rookie QB, it's always pretty solid. Okay, no worries. I'll probably be live for about 10 more minutes just so you guys know. Fire away any bets, any questions you guys got, any bets. I'll go over to parlay real quick. Ooh, parlay odds went up again, guys. Okay, so I've got Bills minus 6.5 points. Chargers +7, and then Colts +5. That's plus 596. It's 10 to win $59. 100 to win 596. Appreciate all the thumbs up, guys. 7 thumbs up. That's a ton. All you guys coming through, sticking around, chatting with me. It's been pretty dope. I've enjoyed it. yeah, I'm going to try to make these Sunday streams a regular thing, help you guys out with your start sit decisions, all that good stuff. Ooh, Uzi, I like that one. What did you get that? What were the odds on that? Did you parlay them? Yeah. Let me know your parlay. For sure. That's what this is about. Yeah, let me know what odds you got, though, on that Josh Allen one. I like that. Yeah, like I said, we'll probably go live for about 10 more minutes. All right, peace, Simon. Appreciate you hanging out. It's been dope. Probably going to get some Canes after this. You guys got Canes where you're at? I'd flex Gaskin. I think he's going to get a lot of volume with Jacoby Brissette in there with Tua out. And that Vegas matchup, I think, is pretty solid. I think he'll get at least 15 touches. I think you can play Osborne, but I go with Gaskin over him at this point. Another bet I like the over 66.5 against over 66.5 rushing yards for Saquon today. Also over 23.5 receiving yards. I think those will both hit. Here, let me pull up what Saquon did last week. Pull up his game log. Hasn't done it. Okay, last week he did 13 for 57. I obviously had that long run, but 13 for 57 against the Washington football team. I think he can get 8 or 9 more yards with a full workload against the Falcons, especially. Oh, you got like a little you got a teaser going. I like that. That makes sense. You got a 10 leg teaser though has to have pretty good odds on it. Titans and Colts over 40.5. Is that what the actual line is? Oh, it's actually 47, so you got it down to 47. I like that. Honestly, the Titans' defense isn't very good, so what's their corner? They tried to kill Farley. He's not playing today, so yeah. What's the odds on that, Uzi? 10 like teaser has to be pretty good. Let's talk any other bets. Okay, but so besides those three, I think I take Bears plus 7.5. I like that one. Yeah, I might take Packers plus 3. I don't know what I do. I might just not touch that game. It's just Kyle Shanahan's always diced us up so bad. It's plus 17.26. Wow. I mean, it's just hard. Yeah, it's hard to win anytime. Anytime it's 10, it always looks really good on paper. It's always a lot harder to hit. But I mean, that's like you're getting the odds. You know, it's 10 to win 176. If it wasn't hard to hit, it wouldn't be that much money. You know, I think you got a chance for sure. I like how you have like the Herbert and Josh Allen overs as well as like Swift plus 25 rushing yards and then all these teams. I like how you set it up. I think that's like where you can if Herbert or Josh Allen throws 1 though, that's where you could be in trouble. I think Josh will throw 2. Herbert's playing Kansas City. Yeah, I think you're really taking advantage of that they've been playing poorly so far. And getting those odds boosted a little bit. And I my opinion hasn't changed on Herbert or Josh Allen in any facet so far. I think they both look pretty solid, even though they've had some bad things happen to them. But I lost because Herbert. LOL. That is rough. That's what I was saying. It's just but I mean, he's throwing for so many yards. Oh, you only needed one. That is rough. That's so close. I mean, you weren't afraid to go back to the well this week, though. You went for 1.5. That is the thing. You got to expect they're not going to run them all in with Eckler, So I think that's a good bet. Yeah, if any of you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I love going live on Sundays and chatting with all you guys. Love for you guys to be here next time. So, yeah, it's tough, Uzi. I'll fire away the parlay just one more time for anyone who wants it. We got Bills minus 6.5 points against the Washington football team. Chargers plus 7 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. And we got the Colts plus 5 against the Tennessee Titans. And once again, that's 10 to win 59 or 100 to win 596. Plus 596 is the odds. I also like I said, I like the Saquon Barkley over 66.5 rushing yards. That's a bet I'd take. Honestly, the Herbert and Josh Allen both, so you need them both to throw 2 touchdowns. It seems easy, but like I said, but I don't know if that would hit for them all this week. Some guy just whizzed by on a electric unicycle thing. Distracted me for a moment. But, yeah, I think you could hit that. But, okay, yeah, which one do you – I think Swift is pretty safe. That's probably the safest one. Jets plus 10.5 might be the one I worry about. Oh, wait. Is that Jets plus 21.5? That's a little different. Who are the Cardinals playing? I know they're projected to win by a bunch. Oh, they're playing the Jags. I think that's pretty safe. Honestly, yeah, I'd say the thing I'm worried about the most is probably just both of those overs on touchdowns. But like I said, I think that's good value to buy into because it hasn't happened, and just because people haven't seen it, they're going to be like, oh, what do I do? But it's just like you shouldn't be afraid to go for it. I mean, that's how you hit this stuff. That's the other one I was going to say. I am a little concerned about that over. But I do think the Titans' defense is bad enough. I think Carson Wentz playing is a big factor. I think Wentz will play the whole game. I don't think he'll play great, but what I'm hoping is that they'll be able to run the ball against that Titans front. But if I was the Titans, I'd just take away the run and make Wentz throw all day and go bang it, hurt him, go hit him a bunch. See how long he wants to play. But yeah, I think the Titans will be able to score eventually, or they'll be able to score. So it's just like you just holding them both to get 20 or 21, 3 touchdowns each. Should happen. Yeah, if you guys have any more start-sit decisions or anything else, let me know. Gonna be hopping off here in a minute. Firing up these games here, 30 minutes away. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, Colts secondary isn't great. I would agree with that. They got a solid front seven though, and they're disciplined, but yeah, they're not scary by any means. But they're a solid defensive unit. They're better. They're disciplined at least. And they've got Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner, which can cover a lot of holes for a lot of their players. Any last-minute questions, fire them away. Going to be hopping off in a minute here. If you guys have any lineup decisions, anything you need to know, let me know. I miss Bob Sanders. He was a boss. He retired quite a bit ago, but yeah. He was insane. Very good. He won Defensive Player of the Year one year, I believe. Missile. He was like 5'8". Yeah, I hope CMC comes back soon too. Football is more fun when CMC is playing. I think he's probably gonna miss at least another week at minimum. Yeah, he was a heat-seeking missile. Yeah, running back depth is extremely important. I think people don't realize how you really do need just backs and backs. Like if you're planning on playing 3 backs every week, you need to have 4 startable options. And there's like the second one of those guys comes down, you're in a hurting spot. Yeah, you're good. That's a lot of backs. I don't think those receivers are bad. Amari Cooper, I hope he can be fine this week with a rib injury, but I think Robert Woods is going to bounce back. That's a good matchup. I think he's a solid wide receiver too. I think Cooper will end up being a 1. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I do live streams every Sunday. Come hang out next Sunday. Appreciate all the thumbs up, all the support, everybody coming in and hanging out. I'm going to be hopping off, but thank you guys for coming through. Good luck in your fantasy matchups. I'll see you guys next time. Good to see you, Uzi. Good to see you, Face. Simon, as always. Seg. Carmen earlier. Alex. Good to see all of you guys. See you guys. Appreciate it.